Hey everyone, this is KK All Night, and I want to welcome you to this short video where I have an unboxing and two pairs of shoes that I want to talk to you about. They are a new purchase for me, but they are thrifted. So my philosophy with fashion is kind of the outside is my runway. So and actually, whether I'm outside or inside, I feel like if you feel good about how you look on the outside, it kind of reflects back on the inside. So I used to feel like my love of fashion, some people may have perceived as shallow, but one thing that I've learned, especially from watching other fashion YouTubers and TikTokers, is that no, that's not the case. You know, some people collect figurines, some people collect art, some people collect books. I collect clothes and shoes that I think are beautiful and that bring me joy, and I get enjoyment not just from wearing them, but just from admiring them. So this pair of boots is from Vince Camuto. Most of my Vince Camuto boots I'll either get from DSW or their actual websites, and I rarely, actually I don't think I've ever purchased something for full price. So I look for deals. A lot of times if you sign up as a first time subscriber, you can get 10 to 20% off. And if I do that and then later on I find that there's something else that I want to purchase, I simply unsubscribe, because usually you have to subscribe to get their emails and their texts. I'll unsubscribe and resubscribe, and that counts as a new user, and so you get that discount again. Or, as is the case with DSW, I donate shoes weekly, and that donation converts to 50 points per donation, and once you get a certain amount of points, that converts to $5 that you can use in the store. I couple that with sales that they have going on or special promotions that they have going on for percentages off, as well as I usually only shop clearance at DSW. However, this pair of boots, that was not the case. I saw another YouTuber with them, and I just thought they were so gorgeous. So when I originally purchased them, they were on sale. They were normally, I think, $249, and they were, or maybe $199. Either way, what I ended up paying for them was $150. But that was back in the fall, maybe around October, November. They have since gone down to $100, and luckily I was still within my time frame to return them. So you would think they would do a price adjustment, but when I tried to do that online, it agreed to exchange the boots for me, but it kept it at the same price. So I just returned the boots that I had and purchased the boots again at the discounted price. So I ended up getting these boots for $100, and the name of the boots is the Chaly. They are over the knee chocolate ombre leather boot. That is gorgeous. It goes from the more tannish brown up into a deeper chocolate color. So I originally purchased these in a 7.5, which fit, but if I was going to wear thick socks, or if I was going to wear thick socks or be on my feet for an extended period of time, I think without having them stretched out for a period of time that I was going to feel that. So when I returned them and purchased them again, I went a whole size up. I think instead of a 7.5, which is what I originally got, yeah, I went up to an 8. So I will tell you, in my first pair, I had the stuffing all the way in the toe. In this pair, there was no stuffing in the toe, just this insert. And that's always a telltale sign, like, were these returned? So, and plus the zipper was unzipped here. So one of the first things I do is check the bottom of the shoe, and they clearly have not been worn. If they have been worn, the person just tried them on in their house. So I'm okay with that. So let me check the next shoe. Let's zip this up. And what I will do is, in a subsequent video, I will try these on with a couple of different outfits. You also want to inspect the leather, make sure it hasn't been scratched. But I think once I compare this boot to the other boot, or even to me just now, I can see that someone has tried this boot on. So at this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to contact customer service and say that I've been sent a shoe that was clearly worn and tried on and been a return or not. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. It just depends on how much effort you want to put into it. Sometimes they will give you a percentage off of what you've already paid. Sometimes they will give you a coupon for a future purchase. Sometimes they will just send you a new pair altogether. So both pairs were in this plastic sleeve. And so let's pull this out. Now see, this boot is zipped up. However, there is some creasing here at the ankle, which leads me to believe that maybe it was tried on. So let's take the stuffing out. The other thing that I noticed is that with the original pair I bought that was 7.5, that stuffing was really stuck in there. Like I had a really hard time pulling it out. And both of the boots with this new pair, the stuffing came out relatively easily, which again leads me to believe that someone stuffed it back in there. Now this shoe does have the insert in the toe, both the cardboard. Yeah, this shoe was not tried on. And in fact, like I said, last time I had a really tough time getting the insert out. A little bit easier this time, but see all that stuffing that's in the toe in this one? I don't think this one was tried on. I do think that that other shoe, which would have been the right shoe, was tried on. So, again, checking the bottom of the shoe, it clearly has not been worn. I think overall I am pleased with this boot. However, taking a closer look, I don't know if it's showing up in the camera. I can see a little bit of creasing up here that is not apparent on the other boot. As well as, I don't know if it's showing up, but on the ankle, it's fairly evident to me that this shoe was tried on. I may call customer service to see if there's anything that they can do about that, whether that is returning this for a completely new pair or perhaps giving me a percentage off of this pair. I mean, obviously they were going to get wrinkled when I wore them, but it's just something about paying your hard-earned money that if you think you're getting a new, unused, unworn item, that's what you want to get. I do know that DSW has recently come under new management. They used to work closely with DSW, where if the Vince Camuto item was on the DSW website for a cheaper price, the Vince Camuto website would honor it, but that is no longer the case. So I'm not quite sure how it has panned out for the customer service, but I do plan to give them a call. Now, the other two boots were thrifted, and the first one I want to show is this cute bootie. It is Nine West. It is suede and leather. It has this cute snake print on the heel and around the toe, and then the rest is this purple suede. I'm normally a size 7. Sometimes I can wear a size 8, and sometimes I can wear a 6.5. Totally depends on the shoe. These were 8, but looking at the bottom, there was such little wear on them. I thought it was worth it. They're boots, which means I definitely be wearing them in the fall and winter, so I probably have a thick pair of socks on with them. And I'm not opposed to wearing a boot, especially a little bootie like this, in the summer or springtime. And I might just put a shoe insert to help bridge that gap, because they were just a little bit a wiggle room in there with my foot on these. Now, these were, I think, $11.99. And as I mentioned in a previous video, at Goodwill, prior to January 2025, if you were a loyalty member, you got 75% off the color of the week. Now, you only get 50% off. Again, prior to 2025, if you just walked in, anyone could get 50% off the color of the week. And now that's no longer the case. So to get any type of discount at Goodwill, now you have to be a loyalty member, which simply means giving them your number, and you will get 50% off the color of the week. So that is how I got these booties for $6. Now, what I do with my shoes that I thrift, besides looking at the quality of the shoe on the bottom to see how much wear and tear, I also check out the inside of the shoe for wear and tear. I look at the material. I typically will not thrift shoes or usually wear shoes that are not leather. I do have some shoes that are faux leather, but the majority of my shoes, I really do try to get leather. I think it wears better. I think it's better structure on your foot. But there have been some shoes that have been so cute in design that I don't mind getting the faux leather piece, or that the actual shoe is just economically not in my price range, but I really admire the design. So sometimes I will go for the faux leather. So again, $6 for these booties, I think was an excellent price. And then the last pair of shoes, actually another pair of boots. These were $9.99, and again, I can't remember if these were the color of the week. If they were the color of the week, this was prior to 2025, so I would have gotten 75% off. So that would have made them $2.05. But for some reason, I want to think I paid full price. But $10 for suede knee-high boots, I think is still a great price. They came with the insert inside, and these are leather, and they are made by, again, Nine West. Now, what I did notice on these, now you'll see that the trim inside, that is not real leather, and the trim on this side is great. The trim on the other side, you can see, is peeling. But for the price and what these were, I was willing to accept that that default in this boot. You can see the trim around the top is intact. The zipper is intact. It zips up well. These are all things I check for. So that didn't slide up quite as nicely as I would like. But again, for $10, I'm willing to work with that. The buckle around the ankle part is in good condition. And then I check for the same thing on the other shoe. The buckle around the ankle, the buckle at the top, that it zips. This shoe, this side actually zips a lot better. And interestingly enough, which is quite odd, the lining on this shoe is completely intact. So I'm not sure if those got caught up in the zipper that caused that peeling or not. But looking at the inside of this shoe, this one is in even better condition than the other shoes. So I'm pretty happy about that. Again, you can see that there's barely anywhere, actually none at all, on the bottom of that shoe. And so what I will do with my thrift finds for shoes, I get a Lysol wipe. I wipe out the inside, whether it's fabric or leather, including the bottom of the shoe, and I let it air dry out in the sun. So in addition to the Lysol wipe, it's getting sunned, and I wipe off the bottom of the shoe, and then it becomes part of my collection. So what I can do is put this together with another video where I style this chocolate brown suede boot, these purple booties, as well as my over-the-knee ombre boots with some different outfits. I say if I can't find a way to style a piece 5 ways, then I don't need it. So that would actually be 15 outfits. I don't know if I'm quite up for that, but I could certainly do 3 outfits for each shoe. So that would be a total of nine outfits altogether. So that completes my unboxing and telling you a little bit about the shoes that I thrifted. If anyone is interested, what I'm wearing is my Victoria's Secret plaid pajamas. I like my pajamas oversized, so this is actually a 2XL. I think it's some type of cotton blend. I don't know that it's 100% cotton. So That's my OOTE, because it is nighttime as I record this. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing and finding out a little bit about how I thrift my shoes. And if you have, please, I would encourage you or ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, as I am a new YouTuber trying to grow my channel. And with that, I will say have a great evening, and you guys be safe out there.